Hello and welcome back to the AFL Enjoys podcast. My name is Dean, joined once again by the boys, fellow enjoyers of the AFL, and Supercoach George Sfenda and James Matsa.
How's it going,
boys?
mate?
Good, mate.
I'm back this week. I'll tell you what, back with a bang, I think.
Yeah.
Not that I did that well, but I climbed up again, top 8% for me.
It's not bad.
I believe Matsa is joining me in the top 8% club.
That's it, man. That's it. I think we all managed the 2-2 this week. So we're the boys, the team structures are holding up and we're getting some good scores. So, yeah, good times all around. Even the Enjoys team got a 2-2 as well.
Did it?
Indeed, man. Let's
There you
go.
go.
Did you make some trades this week?
I did. The team actually top scored all of our teams, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Can
Yeah.
you start with them then?
Yeah, you know
Let's
what? I don't have it ready on my phone, but I can get it ready on my phone relatively quickly.
Sure thing.
Or not, because this is my old phone, which is very slow.
All right, maybe
I'm gonna
we'll wait for the Enjoys then.
Oh, that's it. The page is refreshing. It says
Can I
I got
just
to
get
log
my
in.
team out of the way?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, go, George.
All right. I'm the loser. Top 16% is my team.
That's
so you
still
guys
pretty
are...
good.
No, it's shocking. Let's be honest. Not to our standard. 2-2-1-0, top 10% score.
Okay.
Oh, let's just get through it, man. It's over
So
my
what
team.
trades did you do this week, George?
I brought in... I don't remember.
I think you brought in Atkins.
Atkins. You remember my team better than I did.
Yeah, you told
So
me.
I must have
before.
upgraded... Oh, and Zach Merritt.
Oh, Zeret. Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go? He didn't play too well, did he?
Nah, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the idea. When you sent us that trade, I'm like, ooh, Zeret's a
I
good
like
one.
Merritt. I've wanted him for a while, and he's got North twice. He's got West Coast twice. He finishes the season strong, and he's not that expensive. So I thought I'll just get him in there. I think he's a fine player. So
Fair enough, yeah.
and I was thinking Parrish might go big. Like he usually plays well against the Lions. Like there's reasons for it, but
I think he's got a good run coming up anyway, so he'll get those scores in.
yeah. And the reason behind
Yeah.
Atkins, he was just a downgrade from Van Ruin, really.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to get points on board, but also make money. Like he made 50K, and he'll make some more. So if I can sell him for 350, you know what I mean, a downgrade, and that's just the reasoning behind that. He's not a great player, but I watched him, and he just doesn't really he doesn't get any contested ball. He doesn't, he's not going to scale well in Supercoach, but he's a fine kick. He's always looking to get the ball, so hopefully he can score a bit better. His fantasy score was 80-something, and he got 62 Supercoach, so not the best, but if he holds his spot, he'll make money, so it is what it is.
Yep.
I think the point of difference in my team is Sean Darcy, 151, which is good.
Yeah, big score.
What's his average?
It's 112, but it's affected by two really bad scores.
Yep.
If you take out those ones, it's much higher, obviously. The probably conundrum I have this week is Hopper. I think everyone's going to trade him out because he's injured. Luke Davis-Uniacke pulled a hammy.
Lucky man.
Still got him. And then Laird is obviously being managed a little bit. I think he'll still play. But Jack Steele, they say that he's okay, but you're never quite sure. So if some of these players drop, I might not be able to cover them without just throwing the selling everything. So
what would you do? Maybe just sideways them because you don't have cover?
I think LDU is fine to sideways if he's out for a while because I can't cover him anyway. So maybe he's 497. Maybe I could straight swap him for Darcy Cameron
Yeah, I was thinking that for
and
you,
send
actually.
Caniglio to the midfield or something like that.
Yep.
Hopper, it'd be good to upgrade him into a genuine gun, like an Oliver, Petrarca, Walsh, Sarong, Libba, any of these, Dawson, any of these top 8 mids, if you can, whoever you don't have. But you need cash for that, so I don't have any cash. That's me. And the other disappointing one is Sard has not been a good pick again, 90. And Sinclair, 65.
Yeah, there's a couple guys there you'd expect to get at least 100, 105, and they're
Yeah.
just going below the ton.
Sinclair's playing mid. I don't want him to be a mid player. So anyway, we'll see what happens. That's my team.
Fair enough, man. What are you thinking of this week? You mentioned the Cameron for Hopper. Is there any, if you had a choice, is there anyone you really want but maybe just won't be able to get?
Well, I don't. The problem with my team is I don't have the dominant players. I've got a bit of a makeshift team. So I don't have Dawson. I don't have Oliver. I don't have Tom Stewart. These type of players I'm missing.
Yep.
So I don't have the Bulldogs ruckman, Tim English.
English, yeah.
I think you've sort of covered that with Darcy anyway.
Darcy's
at this point.
performing, but these are some of the high ceiling players that other teams have, if they perform, I just get. That's the reason why I'm top 16 and not with you guys, because I don't have these high ceiling players. And like I could have had Tom Stewart, but I picked Sard. I went for LDU early before his price rise, and it didn't work out. A couple of other injuries, just small stuff like that affects your total score. So it is what it is, but hopefully Matthew Johnson comes back this week for Freo, starts making a bit more cash. I've got Weddle, so Weddle was a good target. He's going to make some more money. Seamus Mitchell's going to make some more money. But there's just a lot of dead rookies, like Wagner I've got, Stam Sturt I've got, Constable. There's talks he might come back. But if he doesn't, I'm fearing the buy rounds. I'm fearing these type of things, like being able to field.
Fearing life.
Fearing life.
It's all right, Jordan. It's just Supercoach.
It took me about 5 minutes to get the AFL Enjoys team up.
Oh, good.
But I do have it up. I forgot the password. I was putting in the wrong emails. Honestly, it took me forever.
To recover password.
Yeah, no, legit, I was scrambling then. I don't know if you can see that on camera. But yeah, so the Supercoach AFL Enjoyers team got 2285, which is a top 2% score.
Yeah, it's big.
So we went bang this week. Went up 7,000 season ranking to 14,000. So top 8% as well. So we're all sitting around that top 8% apart from Georgie. But so the little highlights from this team when we get into it. We kept Van Rooyen, which was interesting, and it worked out all right because he ended up getting about a 70.
What's the thought process of keeping a player that's meant to be suspended for 2 weeks?
It's because he didn't get suspended for 2 weeks.
So did you reverse the trade?
I don't do my trades on Monday. I do the trades on a Thursday or Friday.
But was he free at that time?
Yeah.
I thought he got free on like Saturday.
Yeah, it was like on Wednesday
I
or
wouldn't
Thursday.
allow that. They sort it out before the teams are announced, don't they?
I've got to pay attention to the news.
Yeah,
Sort
fair
it out on
enough.
Saturday before he played.
So with this team, it just did well overall. Like we ended up having Bont as the captain, so that worked out all right. And the VC was on Stewart, who got 115, so I didn't accept that. Took the Bont 112, which was good compared to most teams this week.
Yes.
Otherwise, you look around, Sicily 130, Davies Uniac 120. Otherwise, it's just a pretty solid team. Gorn 90. There wasn't not too many bad fielded options apart from Chincotta. Because the two on-field rookies are Van Rooyen. The two on-field rookies apart from Chincotta are Ashcroft and Van Rooyen. So the team's looking really good at this point, and there's a little bit of cash to perhaps do something. Maybe Ashcroft goes, maybe LDU goes. The team doesn't have Hopper either, so we avoided that 45 or whatever he got, 45, 46 that he got. So the team's looking all right, man. Shout out to the Enjoyers team, man. They're battling over here.
That's it.
Yeah.
Despite because we've got a heavy Carlton flavour in that team, don't we? And Cripps didn't play well. Kerno not really.
Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, Sard 90, Cripps 60, and Kerno 85. Like Kerno 85 is alright, and Sard 90
How did Kerno
okay.
get 85?
I don't know, man.
Couple marks here and there.
Yeah,
Must have scaled well.
this week's going to be really bad, like for Carlton players against Collingwood. So I don't know how they're going to manage. But other than that, the rest of the team just stepped up, and we avoided some problematic players. So that was the AFL Enjoys team. You want to run over to your team, Dino?
Yeah, sure. So my team scored. Sorry, I'm just going from draft.
I can go mine.
No, we're good. We're good. So what did I score? I got 2218, a top 8% score, also top 8% overall. So went up again in the ranks from top 9 to top 8%. Sicily played well this week, 134. I brought him in the week before and he didn't play well, so I thought, oh geez, I've upgraded too soon or whatever, but he sort of balanced it out now. And I've got confidence in him moving forward. And then I brought in Sam Walsh, which considering he wasn't the value choice, and I'm trying to trade with value this year, but it's just gone out the rubbish bin. For the best, though, I think. I mean, if the good players are there, you just got to take them sometimes. Yeah. So what I did was McKenna and Warple out to Drury, and if you didn't go early on Drury, you're a coward.
I agree. If you didn't listen to me, probably good. Probably good.
And Walsh. So that's why I did Drury, because otherwise I was upgrading to a midfielder in the mid 500s, and I wasn't sold on any of them. I didn't want them. So I thought, you know what? Instead of Weddle, I'll go Drury. Probably like Supercoach purity wise, it's probably not the right call. But considering I wanted Walsh,
You got your
instead
man.
of-
You got your man.
Walsh is likely to get a forward status as well. So
yeah. Oh look, he's just a pure footballer, isn't he? I don't know. Something about watching him play, watching his Supercoach scores get that 115 every week. It's nice and secure. So that's looking good. I mean, I had Goulden, obviously, really happy with that. He was top scorer for the whole week, I think, wasn't he? Him or Matty Rowell?
Goldie got like
Goldie
170, man.
170, okay. Well, he was up there anyway. One of the best. So my team's looking pretty good now. My trades this week, I just showed you boys before. I'm pretty excited about it. So Hopper going out. To be fair, I was looking to get rid of him soon anyway, not to hold him forever. And I'm thinking, okay, I can't sideways because I didn't have much cash. So I needed to downgrade someone. And the options of my downgrades really that actually have generated cash is Seamus Mitchell, don't want to get rid of him. Chincotta, don't want to get rid of him. And then it was Ryan from the Tigers. The rest of them aren't playing.
Do you have Owen Davey?
Yeah, but
You're not going to get a lot from him, but
yeah, I wanted more.
yeah, fair enough.
And I'll tell you why.
Fair
Because I've
enough.
gone Hopper to Clary.
Ooh,
Not value, 660. But you know what?
660.
I'm top 8% now. I'm thinking to myself, if this guy's getting 125 every week, and I pick up instead, if I downgrade Davey instead of Ryan, I pick up Andy Brayshaw, I'm losing 25 points a week.
fair
That's
enough.
going to add up.
I think it's fine to go Oliver.
Yeah.
And plus, he's actually relatively high owned, I think.
Yeah, so that gives me a midfield of Bont, Clary, Dawson, Walsh, Laird, Green, Steele, Ashcroft.
It's pretty formidable. I'll give you
So-
that. So
I'm thinking now that's fine. I've only got 4 more upgrades to go till essentially full primo. So 15 trades. Pretty happy with how I'm going, to be honest. 1 more boost left. But yeah, sitting pretty happy. Top 8%. Probably my best year in terms of rising the rankings. Like usually I'll start and try and hold. And if I do poorly, it takes me a while to get here. So I'm pretty happy that it's getting up there pretty quickly.
yeah, this is the Everest, where we're climbing.
It is, man.
As I've said way too many times on the Supercoach pods. This week I got 2,254. So it went up about 5k ranks in the top 8%, ranked 14,339. So yeah,
Nice.
we're getting there. We're climbing up. This week was good Supercoach scoring wise. Like I look around and Sicily, like yourself, he bounces back after I traded him in last week for a 60.
Yep.
LDU gives me his first good score that I've actually had of him, and he got 122, and that was cool. Hopper was a bad score, but like the rest of the ground, Kelly 116, Goulden of course 150. But the story with my team this week is LDU and Hopper, similar to George. You've got both those guys as well. It creates dilemmas, man. Like I can go to Darcy Cameron, who I'm going to say straight up, pick him up this week. I don't care about this wait a week business. Pick him up while he's cheap. He's going to average about 105 this year. Like I'm pretty confident on that. So I'm going to pick him up directly from Hopper. Then it's, do I keep LDU, who just because he's a North player and I like him, but also I feel like he's going to be one of the highest scorers at the end of the season. Do I keep him? Do I trade him? Do I downgrade him, or do I sideways to Degoe? You know what I mean? I don't. There's just too many options here, and I think we're recording on a Monday night, so we're gonna get a bit more information on the injury front. But it's uncomfortable, man. It's uncomfortable because it's not the trades I want to be making at this time of year. I just want to be upgrading my rookies. Like this week was meant to be Ashcroft and Sampson for Rory Led or something. You know, it was meant to be, you know, midfield bolstering time, but now I've got this stuff to deal with. So
Yeah. You're happy to get rid of, if these injuries didn't happen, you're happy to get rid of Ashcroft now.
yeah.
You
I like Ashcroft, and you don't need to trade him out, but I had the opportunity to, you know, get a high-end midfielder. Laird can probably wait a week, to be honest with you, because his break-even will still be a bit higher. Could have gone Neil even. You know,
I think Neil. I think you got to wait on Neil and Laird. I probably wouldn't be picking up Laird at the moment because he kind of seems to be managed every week. He's only playing 3 quarters, so
okay. Well, it suits me because I don't have him, so I can wait for another couple of weeks
I think
as
you
his
can wait.
price settles. He probably should go down like 550 maybe, and I'll pick him up then. But I don't know. I like the idea of just upgrading the rookies and not having to touch the not having to touch my primos too much. Like I want him to stay put because I was mucking around with my primos too much at the start of the season, like trading out Darcy, trading out Ridley and this and that, which Ridley was a good trade out in the end. But I'm sick of these sideways trades because at the end of this week, if I do 2, I'm on 13 trades, and it's only with 3 rookies on field still, so I don't have that much to go in regards to upgrading the team. But still, it's getting tough.
What did all the trades go, mate?
I had to. My team was bad.
Yeah,
I had to trade, man. I had to trade. The team was really bad. But yeah, but the team looks good. Otherwise, like only 3 rookies on the field. I was hoping that'd only be 2 this week because it would. I think it would have been Ashcroft and, or maybe even Samson Ryan up to Darcy Cameron. Anyway, the plan was to get Darcy Cameron actually, not Led. It's just it's throwing some spanners in the works, lads. Man's a bit flustered.
Fair enough. Yeah, when you're dealing with injuries, especially to players that are sub 500, like these guys have hit their lowest price. Just about. It's the worst time. Different if you've had an injury to one of your 600k mids and you can go sideways to another great mid. But it's hit hard, these couple injuries. I'm only dealing with Hopper, let alone the other guys. So
yeah, there's people who don't have Hopper or LDU. Neither of them.
They're just chilling this week.
And they're just chilling, man. I hate you. I hate you all. Right?
Oh, geez. Fair enough, man. What about VC and C this week? Now, you gave a great idea off air, so I'll let you share that news on air.
Oh, the VC.
The VC option.
Easy VC this week. Goulden against North. Was it 250s in a row? You just got to pick him as your VC. Unless you have Clary against Port, who give up scores pretty frequently. I'd just go Clary. But yeah, now if you don't have Clary like me, you go with Goulden. So.
What if you don't have Clary or Goulden and you've got like Dawson, Bont, English? They're playing each other.
Maybe you have Petraka and you go Petraka. You go Petraka. Maybe you go Bont. Maybe I don't know. It gets a bit sketchy then if you don't have all those guys. Like who do you have if you don't have any of those guys?
That's a good
point. Yeah. Nah. I reckon most teams who are playing Supercoach will have either Clary or Goulden. If you don't, let us know. Actually, if you're still playing without Clary or Goulden. That's an interesting, like,
what's your team?
What is your team? I'm curious. Like, it's Cogs and Butters and who you got? I'm like, no. George is struggling here, mate.
Sorry about that.
He's having a fit.
I'm just like annoyed that I didn't get Zach Butters, mate. Love that kid, man.
Yeah.
I just want to support Zach Butters.
You're a fan of Butters, aren't you?
Flowers for Butters, man.
I think is Sean Darcy a shout for vice captain in the ruck? Geelong?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
I'm happy with that.
It's got a high ceiling.
I don't think Dacos is a good captain this week because I think Ed Kerno is going to tag him. And Ed Kerno is pretty good at running with those type of players. So
yeah, that's a fair call. Otherwise, the other captain options, you go down the list, Dunkley versus Gold Coast. I don't know. The later games are a bit tough, so I think you got to nail it pretty early. Yeah, I don't have anyone, honestly, after I don't think I have anyone after like the Saturday, the 2 Saturday games. I need to nail it with Goulden or Bont. Otherwise, it just gets really difficult after that. Is there something screaming out? Is there a player screaming out that, like Sicily against West Coast?
Yeah,
he should clean up.
It's not
a comfortable pick.
No, I actually think it's quite a good pick.
Oh, okay. Well,
because think about it. Think about like Ballard, like how many intercepts he got against West Coast.
True. Turn that into like
if Sicily's playing more of an intercepting role, and it's at like Tasmania, which is what they play well. He plays well there. It's not a bad option.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. We'll go. I'm going to go Goulden into Cis, I reckon.
Interesting.
That's my go. Can we just talk about the downgrade options as well? We're going all over the place. We're going from.
But this is probably the most important part and probably the hardest as well.
Yeah. There's 2, and it's Harry Sharp. It's Berry. Actually, there's 3. Bailey Humphrey. Oh wait, 4.
No, are you gonna pay $198 for Humphrey though?
Is it 198?
It's like 200.
No.
213.
It's quite a bit. I think it's a pretty solid move. It is. I don't really know, man. I don't know. It's uncomfortable. All these, there's no. I think Harry Sharp, he doesn't have job security. None of them have job security. Even like Humphrey could drop a -3 again this
Yeah,
week.
wow. I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
Look, he's had 39, 38, 43, -3, 64, 117. So 117 looks great, but it was against West Coast.
It's one good game. Yeah.
Against West Coast.
And he's versing Brisbane this
And
week.
he's a first-year player.
Not for me.
No.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at the stats right now. 18% of teams have brought in Harry Sharp to this point. 7% of teams have brought in Thomas Berry. Probably Sharp is the easier way to go because he's a midfielder. So he takes up one of 3 bench spots, which isn't as bad as Berry, who takes up one of 2 forward spots. And there's just less forward spots to go at this point if he ends up being bad.
Interesting that Darcy Cameron is in the top 5 traded, not in my team.
He should be, man. He should be. I'm telling you, Darcy Cameron is the way to go.
It's good to have
Like-
a forward ruck, though, because then you can cover if one of your ruckmen go out. Like, if Sean Darcy gets injured right now, he's a must-trade. They've got no cover for him.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, I'm having a look at his previous games. He hasn't scored well against Carlton recently, but regardless of that, I'm going with Darcy Cameron. I can't not bring him in, especially the easy little sideways from Hopper. Only I can do it straight without any trades. Yeah, Darcy's the way to go.
So I'm being a bit quiet now because I'm playing around with the trade.
Oh, what have you conjured up there?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just about to finalize it.
Yeah, no,
And
speed
I'm
up.
very, very curious for your input on this one, actually, because
I'm
it's
curious about this.
it's interesting. Who, just to make the trade sound a bit nicer,
Yep.
Brayshaw, McRae. I'm looking for under 571 to be specific.
Okay.
So that leaves us with Zeret, Butters, McRae, Brayshaw, and then we're getting a bit too,
I think Zeret.
Yeah, it
Merit?
merits the quick.
All right, so let's
first
go Merit, just for the
Yeah.
sake of the trade.
Okay.
And then
Here
I'll
we
tell
go.
you what's what here. So,
Alright.
as you recall, I did say before that I brought in, so Hopper out, Ryan out. So just 2 trades for Clary and Berry, I think it was.
Yeah.
So this one is different now. It's probably better, to be honest.
Mm.
So this one's a 3 trade, my last boost.
Mm-hmm.
It goes Ashcroft out,
Yeah.
Hopper out, Ryan out.
Ooh,
Bang,
that's a
bang,
lot
bang.
of cash.
In comes Sharp,
Yeah.
Zeret,
Yeah.
and Dusty Cameron.
Yes.
So that leaves me with only 1 less rookie on field, essentially.
Yep.
So my forward line's complete now. Taranto, Dunkley, Goulden, Rossi, Coniglio, Cameron. Done.
Mm-hmm.
My midfield's only got Sharp on field. / if Johnson's back, someone.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a risk. And my defense has Mitchell and Chincotta on field as rookies. And Sheasel, but he doesn't count.
Yeah. No, Sheasels a keeper.
It's
I
a
like
pretty
it.
strong team.
I like it, man. I think Merit's a good pick as well.
I think it's better than your previous trade because it's pushing your team towards full primo a bit more than the previous trade.
Yeah.
And if you're going to, like, I think, yeah, Cameron and Zeret, great players. They're definitely top. Cameron's top 6 in his position. Zeret's up there.
Yeah, he's up there. He's top 10, I reckon.
It's
Yeah.
nice to have less rookies on field because, as we know, they're very unreliable. So
They're very unreliable. Like, I think the only ones who I thought Chincotta was going to be a safe pick, man. I thought he was a safe on-field pick, and then he did that.
I still think he is, for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
We'll see how we
uncomfortable.
go, I guess. I
Shall-
think he'll keep his spot, though.
Yeah, all right, well, we'll take that. But him,
He's- This is going to sound funny now.
yeah.
Is Harry Sharp good? Because the first time I've heard of him is 10 minutes ago when Matsa mentioned his name.
I don't know.
It's hard to say. Like, he's Brisbane, right? Like, you know, who's not playing? Rich? Does Rich... when
He's a
Rich-
winger type player.
I know, but they can rotate players, you know,
Okay.
around.
Yeah,
Well,
of
I'm
course.
if this trade's going to go ahead, he's
Yeah.
on field. The other options are Drury, Roberts, Johnson, or Davey. It's not
the
good.
The field options are just they're bad.
One of them or Sharp is on field.
Look, it goes without saying, but I think this week more than most, you got to look at the team sheets and see who plays and who doesn't,
Yeah, and also the injuries as well. And
Yeah.
who can you keep? Who can you hold? This and that.
and for how long they're out for.
Yeah, it's such a weird week, and we really should be rocking up and doing this podcast on a Thursday or something when we actually have like
Yeah,
when we know what we're doing, sort of. But
like
it's
Dusty
kinda-
Cameron doesn't even get named.
Yeah, if that's the case, then don't
Cox-
trade him in.
Mason
Right?
Cox is playing good footy, as we know. So
He's not keeping Darcy Cameron out of the team That's just not a thing, man.
Well,
Come on.
maybe he's not ready. Like, we know that that's the indicative date, but they haven't confirmed that Darcy Cameron's ready.
The thing that made it seem pretty certain for me is that when they changed the last week from 3 to 5 weeks out to 1 week out, right at the start of last week, that was pretty clear to me. They haven't just gone, oh, maybe 1 or 2. They've said he's out for 1 more week. They made it pretty clear in my eyes that they're going to bring him in. But look, I might be wrong, and if that's the case, don't trade him.
I could be
Could be
making
like a VFL star. You never know.
I could be making something up, but
He's not. I'm sorry, he's not a VFL.
He's a big man though. Like, maybe they need to test. Like, you don't know.
No,
gonna
he's not.
check.
He's not a dude who you put through the VFL. He's
I'm
a.
pretty sure.
Even
I,
if it's just for
yeah.
fitness.
Nah, you go straight in.
I
man.
think I read that he's up for consideration this week or something like that. So let me just
He's
double
gonna-
check.
Round 10, I think round 10, like Supercoach has had him as round 10 for a while.
Yeah, look, I'll put $50 on it. I'll put $50 that he's in.
Well, I agree. I think he's in.
So this is a $50 bet.
No.
You're just shaking my hand because you're a nice guy.
Yeah, I just like touching you.
Nah, understandable, man. Look, otherwise, hey Dana, you want a $50 bet on Darcy Cameron getting named this week?
I've got him in my team, so I'm,
So you want him?
I'm
in-
on your side, man.
Man, I was hoping to make some money this podcast, but no, it didn't work out.
Subscribe so we can get Matsa his $50.
That's it, man. One day, man. Man will get his $50 one day.
Well, hang on. Apparently, Mason Cox is facing a nervous 24 hours following the victory with a high strike on Nick Haynes. So MRO is going to check
With
that.
Right.
MRO these days, you never know, man.
Yeah, I know, man. They're
They're
wild.
going to have to appeal 3 times to get him off.
You're bad.
And now it's saying a potential suspension for Cox would come as the Magpies prepare to welcome back first-string ruckman Darcy Cameron from a knee injury.
Man, if Cox is out, it's even more reason to bring Cameron in.
Yeah, nah, he's coming in, man. He's coming in. Even it doesn't matter what Cox is doing. Cameron's one of your top,
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 players.
Well,
I'd,
like to
I'd
say
laugh if
10,
like, he
12
came
players.
in and just had a terrible
Well, his
performance.
break-even's 50, though.
He's
So
not. He's going to get 150.
Who are they playing?
They're versing
Carlton.
Carlton. He might not score that well.
I don't
honestly.
think he'll score well against Carlton, but I think he's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm picking
Mark
him.
Pitney is your ruck, isn't he?
Mm.
How does he go around the ground? Because Cameron's
He-
an athletic.
He's not that
ruckman.
good around the ground, but he's hard. Pitten's like a really physical player. Like, he's like a Nankervis type. He's like hard to score against.
Fair enough.
He against Nank, he had about 83 from like 65% game time. He's going to get 100. I'm picking Cameron. I'm sticking by it. Let's
Matsa
go.
likes Cameron.
I do like Cameron. If he gets named, he's in my team. I don't care.
You know what? With the trade I've cooked up, I'm on your wagon there, Massa. It's a top 8% club. You wouldn't know, George.
That's it. Exactly, George.
Yeah, I can't even hear you. Like, he's just like, I don't understand the language you're speaking.
Yeah.
Good super coaching. Now, my draft team.
Hey, all right.
He's got to
All
bring
right.
this up. Oh,
we
this
should. Hey, we should talk about the draft a little bit because we're all in it. You know, it's a team of there's 8 of us in there.
I was 5-0, and now I've lost 3 on the trot somehow.
Dino's just gone Dino's lost the plot. Georgie, on the other hand, the team of halfbacks. Look at him. He's looking at his team. He's gone. He's loving it.
It is a team of halfbacks, man.
Yeah, I like it. But
I've got 1, 2,
how many halfbacks?
3, 4, 5, 6 halfbacks in the team.
6 halfbacks. Is that that's including that? Is that from all positions?
Yeah, well, it's like I've got McPherson, Johannesson in the forward line,
Yeah.
and then like Dawson, Powell, Richards, Clark.
You know, when I look at my team, I don't have nearly as many. Like I have Whitfield, Blakey, Jermaine Jones is gone. Hearn. I've got like 3.
Hearn, yeah, that's 3.
Yeah, I have literally 3, and you have 6.
Mm.
I don't know how you can fit that many in, because my defenders aren't.
Who's been your one player in draft? Just so we don't talk about it forever. Who's been your one player that you would never own in standard like classic Supercoach, but you love having him in draft?
Look, I love owning Charlie Curnow. He's got 101 average. I've got DeGoey. You never trust DeGoey, but he's done well this year.
He's a Supercoach pick this year, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, if I'm gonna say one dude who it's nice having Jai Simpkin, even though he's not doing the best. It's just nice to have Jai Simpkin because he's a North player. But the other one, Luke Jackson. Luke Jackson's doing really good this year.
You've
in
got Luke
draft.
Jackson, okay.
I wouldn't pick him in classic. No way.
Fair enough. Mine's probably Jack Viney. He's had a good couple of weeks. Oh, actually, one huge week. But he's just a fun own. He averages about 100. He'll go big one week, get 70 the next.
Actually, you know what? Another one that I have in my draft, and I think he's almost a Supercoach classic pick, but not really. He's had 106, 102, and 99 last 3 games.
What position?
He's a defender mid. Can we really do it to ourselves again?
Who's that?
GWS.
Whitfield.
Whitfield.
Oh, no. No, thanks. You can keep him in draft.
Fair. I just had to flow it out there. He's 472 right now.
He's not the
Yeah,
super
no.
coach he used to be, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he used to pop 200s every week.
It was against Carlton back in the day, 200, wasn't
But
it?
Did he?
But he just played.
Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he got a 200.
Yeah, he got a 200. I think it was against Carlton.
Yeah.
Wow.
Josh Kelly nearly did one as well. Like it was Carlton back in the day. So.
Fair enough, man. All
Yeah.
right, boys.
There we go.
That about
Good
it
luck
for
with
this
your
week.
teams.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Let us know how you're going. Comment on the YouTube pod, and we're pretty much everywhere, aren't we? We're on TikTok now, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, we TikToking. We TikToking now. So yeah, we're expanded our
Empire.
horizons. Yeah, we're in the
Yeah, man.
empire.
If you
That's
want
it.
to join the top 8% club,
That's
give
it,
us a
man.
like and sub.
Yeah, you can take my spot if you like. I've left the seat warm for you.
No, you're not going anywhere. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you later.